is Brittany Savard. She's my client today. She'll be performing the VO2 max test using the cycle ergometer method. So this test will involve you cycling at different intensities, starting very easily, and depending on your heart rate, we'll see where we go from there. Our goal is to get your heart rate to 85 to 110% of its maximum. Each stage will be 3 minutes long, and after each stage we'll add a little bit more workload to the bike. So to start, we're just going to test or see where we want the seat here. So we want it about hip height, and that feels good to you? Is that your hip?
Yep.
Okay, so climb on. Do you need a hand? Good? Yeah. Okay, and just give it a couple pedals there to see if that feels comfortable. We just want a slight bend in the knee, but not too much. Good?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to start the test, keeping the RPMs at about 50. But I'm just going to turn this up a little bit. Okay. Okay, so we are just checking in here at the 1 minute mark. Your heart rate is at 93. So everything's looking good there. Checking in here at minute 2. Heart rate is still, it's at 95. So still looking good. Okay, checking in at minute 3 here. Your heart rate is at 93. And how do you feel on a scale of, so go from 6 to 20?
About a 7.
Okay, so 7 out of 20. And we're going to bump you up here because you're at a steady state, which means that your heart rate was within 5 beats per minute of the last check-in. So I'm just going to bump you up here to about 1.5. Feel good?
Yeah.
Looks good. Okay. Okay, we're at the 1 minute check-in of the second workload. And heart rate is at 118, so that looks good. Minute 2 of workload 2, heart rate is still at 118, so that looks good. So minute 3 check-in here on workload 2, your heart rate is still at 118, and how are you feeling out of 20 here?
About a 9.
Okay, perfect. So you are at a steady state, so we're just going to bump you up a little bit here, okay, for your intensity. Does that feel good?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Checking in here at minute 1 of workload 3, your heart rate is at 130. Minute 2 of workload 3, heart rate is at 131. And minute 3 of workload 3, your heart rate is at 133.
You have to bump it up.
Yeah, how are you feeling there?
Good.
Good? Okay, so we're just going to bump up the intensity a little bit for your 4th workload. Does that feel good?
Yep.
Okay. Checking in here at 1 minute into workload 4, your heart rate is at 143. So that's good. Minute 2 check-in of workload 4, your heart rate is at 143, so it's staying pretty consistent there. Okay, so this is the 3 minute check-in here on workload 4, and your heart rate is at 144. And how do you feel on a scale of 20?
Still about a 13.
Still? Okay, so we're just going to conclude the test there. You can bring this down to a comfortable pace, and we're just going to start our active recovery for about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay. Checking into the 1 minute mark of your active recovery, and your heart rate is coming down nicely. It's at 122 here. So we're checking in here at the 2 minute mark of the active cool down. And your heart rate is coming down nicely. It's 110 here. So we'll just do 1 more minute or so and see where that goes. Okay. Minute 3 check-in of the active recovery, and your heart rate is at 107, so that's within the steady state. How are you feeling there? you can keep pedaling or you can conclude this.
I think I feel good.
Okay. If you were to keep going, we would just head into a passive recovery.
Okay.